And we are recording for a very special bonus episode, our Haywire commentary.
Hello, and welcome to a Contrarian's Commentary track. I'm Alex, joined by Julio. We have two very special guests with us as well. We'll get to in just a moment. Julio, we've talked about Haywire. It seems like since pretty much the advent of this podcast, its kind of interesting place in history for its lead star and also the surrounding cast being legitimate bona fide A-listers, and it is a Steven Soderbergh film after all, and we're a big fan of his. But the lead in this movie, this should be dropping probably Thursday, somewhere towards the end of the week, and in the upcoming weekend, the MMA fight of probably what's going to end up being the most viewed MMA fight of the year between Ronda Rousey and our subject du jour, Gina Carano, will be going down on Netflix. The MVP MMA card being touted as a triple main event on the card also, Francis Ngannou, and then Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry. If that fight actually ends up happening, should be a goddamn hoot. But since we're dealing in the realm of MMA, we have two familiar voices joining us. First of all, the incomparable Joel Hubert from the Late Night Grin. Joel, how you doing this evening?
I'm good, Alan. Thanks for asking. I can't really, I'm thrilled to be here, but I can't really believe the reason we're doing this. I still can't believe this is a real thing that's happening on Netflix too. But I'm happy to be here. Any excuse to reunite with the lads. We only did, it was like 12 episodes over. It feels like we went through a lot, It feels like we served like jail time together, frankly. So I'm always excited to get back together.
We helped each other survive.
Yeah.
Well, we also did, what was that movie that we did on your,
The Row.
on your platform?
Yeah.
The Row,
Yeah.
yeah.
That felt like, our punish. That was our community service to make up
It
for.
was, yeah. Randy tried his best, but yeah, I'm happy to be here.
And, of course, the notorious Steve, all caps, exclamation point of Twitter infamy. Steve, we're back at the scene of the crime. We can't escape this MMA nonsense.
I hope we can get through these next 92 minutes or so without any spritzing incidents.
That's the inciting incident. That's what leads Gina Carano and her rampage.
In that
Alex,
case,
I
people
didn't
may pay
know.
for it.
Yeah. You might have told me, Alex, but I had forgotten if that was the case, that she's fighting Ronda Rousey, because that means that we could have done a Ronda Rousey movie instead.
I think this was as good as we were going to do because, spoiler alert, I remember enjoying this movie with as much as ham-fisted as some of the aspects are of it. What would we do with Ronda?
I wouldn't be here for that, I don't think.
Entourage again?
No. Yeah, and then she was in Mortal Kombat, or no, she did a voice from, no, point being, no. And with the the news of this new virus that's leaking globally right now, there's a very real chance this fight, the trash talk, could intensify over this recording process if either of them log online.
It can only help.
Gina's got the memes ready to go, baby. But we are watching Haywire today, the 2011 Steven Soderbergh film starring Gina Carano. Boys, I say we go ahead and get into this, and I'm sure conversation will abound. For those of you who want to watch along, we're at 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. You guys ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Count us down.
In 3, 2, 1, play. Julio, I'm pretty sure I screened this when this came out.
By then, you were already a Gina Carano fan?
Well, that would have been the whole reason I screened it. I remember the poster for this was pretty fucking badass, too.
Was it Gina Carano's thighs by chance?
Kind of. It was her, it was the back perspective of her mounting someone and beating the shit out of them. But it looked really artsy,
Of course.
For those of you who aren't familiar with this, if you're familiar with Steven Soderbergh, it has all the trappings of presentation, but also the ensemble cast. And Gina is, without question, the outlier here. Do you remember when this came out, Julio? Because you wouldn't have known who she was. Do you remember being like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, but it happens sometimes that I will see a movie where an unknown to me is surrounded by a great cast, and clearly I'm like, they're trying to make this person happen. So that's as far as. But then she never made any other big movies, so I guess I just kind of forgot about it until you brought it up. Yeah. Well, we had talked about Gina Carano because isn't she in one of the Fast and Furious movies? Was that before or after this?
That was after. Yeah, she's like Dwayne's sidekick in one of them.
There you go. So I mean, there was life between Haywire and The Mandalorian.
Yeah. And then a lot
Joe-
of posting proceeded. Yeah.
Yeah. Joe, conversations with her and Dwayne, I imagine they were...
Oh, wow. Wow. Just everything he says, she responds, look into it. I hear you, GC. Keep killing it, GC. Look into it. Just keep going back and forth until one of them concedes.
That was
This
before
was a big deal at the time. That was a big deal for an MMA fight to be in a real movie, quote unquote. It was a big deal.
So right before we started recording, Steve was telling me that he didn't even know this movie existed.
Wow.
Oh,
until,
right on.
Until today.
Not that big of a deal.
How about you, Joe?
Yes.
Have you seen it before?
So this is my first time seeing this probably in 15 years. It was happening, and at the time, the sentiment among MMA fans was good for Gina Carano, which is a sentiment that has definitely sustained and not been altered at all by all the things that have happened since. It was a cool deal. This would have been maybe 2 years after the Cyborg fight.
Yeah.
Maybe, right? So, I remember watching it at the time, and I remember liking it. I haven't watched it since. I've seen parts of it, but yeah, it was a happening of sorts for MMA fans, because it was, I mean, mainstream, right? Relatively speaking, for MMA fight, was a big deal.
Overall, Joe, you a Soderbergh fan?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not as with any individual director, I'm nowhere near as in deep as you guys were. Like, you guys can speak more to the stylings and such, but I would say, yeah, definitely.
Julio and I are big Social Network people. That's we're big truthers, and then Zodiac is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's Fincher.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. Soderbergh. Yeah.
I take back my.
I was waiting for the punchline.
Losing my cred right away. I'm sorry.
Me setting up with you guys just so locked in. You know what's going on individually with the stylings and such, and Alex just immediately erasing.
Yeah, I'm reading the box office. Reading the box office numbers, and then I just want to talk about Zodiac for some reason. Oh,
what's a big Soderbergh movie?
The one I remember specifically when this came out, Gina Carano doing an interview talking about how Sex, Lies, and Videotape was one of her favorite movies. I was like, no, it's not. You just read his filmography and what the first movie he made was. What else? I mean, Contagion was a big one.
Contagion would bring up a lot.
Yes,
since
Contagion's
2020.
Great. Side Effects, which also had Channing Tatum in it.
Tatum's already, he's getting started.
Did you guys like his, was it Black Bag last year? Did you guys like that? Did you see that? I should ask.
I really liked Black Bag.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Black Bag was cool. I saw Presence on the big screen, and I was not as big a fan of that. But he'll kind of just do stuff now and fuck around, which pops me. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's also really funny. Julio's a huge fan of the 21 Jump Street movies.
Now here you're seeing some of the holds that were most known to sports fans via SmackDown. The Undertaker had been executing these regularly. And Gina there clearly taking a page out of his book. Oh my.
So, yeah, for those who are watching this for the first time, and Steve, get used to this, because that is kind of the reoccurring theme, is Gina, her character in this, Mallory, I believe is her name, very good at MMA.
It would have been a great swerve if instead of MMA fighter Gina, they imported American Gladiator Gina Carano.
Steve, in a true like Jim Cornette rage bait moment, when this movie came out upon its initial test screenings, the studio decided that Gina Carano's voice was too feminine, so they dubbed over all of her dialogue in this movie.
Arnold Strong appearing here.
It's the thing of just, I remember reading they said her voice was too feminine. I just heard Cornette in my head. Isn't that the fucking point?
So did they get Jordan Grace to do the voiceover?
So right now we're listening to they never put it back, right? What we have right now is just the dubbed version is what it is, like forever.
Yeah, what's the actress's name?
Laura San Giacomo,
who I believe is in Sex, Lies, and Videotape. She was like a Fincher regular, yeah.
Was Gina Carano giving her a shout out? Did she know at the time?
Julio, after Gina knocks out Ronda, give it a couple years, that Criterion Haywire with the dub taken out. Oh, baby.
I would have thought it would have happened already would you say her popularity peaked with The Mandalorian? That's probably like the most pop culture mainstream.
As we do this in the week of Ronda versus Gina, I would have thought it would have happened already. It's a tough thing to say with any confidence at this point. I mean, who knows?
Yeah,
Alex, who is this kid? This kid is someone. The kid that she's driving. Is it Michael Angarano?
I can see him as a younger kid in something. I'm trying to picture where I know his face from.
Do you think he's geeking out because he's in a scene with Gina Carano?
Okay, look, it took us fucking 10 minutes to get to this point. I mean, look at Gina Carano. Of course, any red-blooded male is going to be like, Channing Tatum felt actually challenged. That's the gimmick of this whole movie. They put her up against the hottest people in the world. She's like in there with Channing Tatum. Ewan McGregor's in this. An aging Bill Paxton. Yeah.
So the fun that the trailer promised was, here's a whole cast of A-listers, and you're going to see this woman beat the shit out of them for 90 minutes. That was it for Channing Tatum, right? Like, he's done.
Yeah, he's just in the opening scene there.
He was a tutorial.
Yes.
I mean, I'm going to tell you already ahead of time, Steve, she does not fight Michael Douglas.
Well, he'd have a pretty mean counter for that triangle choke. I know that much.
Banderas with that beard looks like he'd play Andrade in the biopic. What's going on there?
Cool. I hope that biopic has a good ending.
Yeah, I was surprised, knowing nothing about this movie, when I pulled it up on Prime, to see Michael Douglas's face first on the poster. Like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
Gina Carano is Mike Douglas.
No doubt all these iconic co-stars will be there for the big fight, right? No doubt. Goes without
Front
saying.
row.
Yeah.
The Mensa convention that will be the Ronda Rousey Gina Carano fight.
Playing the role of Kevin James will be Channing Tatum.
I mean, how many of her Hollywood friendships has she maintained? Has she kept?
Well, publicly, I'd say she's at about 0. I don't know what they say privately, but yeah, I think.
I remember she had a movie a couple years ago that was financed by Ben Shapiro to put into perspective kind of where things were at.
Instagram stories are dangerous, man. They are, you know.
Yeah. Grogu's the only one that still talks to her.
Yeah.
She's invited to the premiere.
Do you just know how easy it would have been to not compare something to the Holocaust on your social media account? Especially when you were about to get your own fucking Star Wars show?
Everyone makes mistakes, Alex, right? Everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah.
Some are more expensive than others.
Yeah.
It's amazing, though, Julio, in the press tour for this fight, she doubled down on saying that she was still right. Like, she was in the right with what she'd said.
She was definitely right. Definitely right. That's the word.
Yeah, there you go. To try to rectify my confusion earlier, the Fassbender movie that was on Netflix, was that last year, 2 years ago? That was a Soderbergh one, right? The Killer, or what was it called?
No, that's Fincher.
Okay.
What you did again, dude.
Yeah.
No. But the one that Joe was talking about from last year, it's Soderbergh and other actors, and that's Black Bag, and that is I'm sorry, Fassbender and other actors. That's Soderbergh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, lost my cred.
It all blends together. I know you like Contagion. Our listeners know you like Contagion.
Oh, yeah. Just gotta dust myself off and try again tomorrow, I suppose.
The Oceans trilogy.
There you go.
Peaks and valleys, yeah. Don Cheadle's very funny in the third one.
Traffic.
Oof. I watched Traffic when I was 13 with my mom. That was a bad choice.
Scare you off doing drugs?
But no, but there's a scene where Julia Stiles is just getting railed by this huge muscular fella, and just there, my mom's like, "Oh goodness."
All right, Traffic, you say? I'm gonna write that down.
I think it's fair to say with this script and the movie that is at hand, even though we're, not even through the first act, it's pretty clear that they weren't going to ask her to do some Daniel Day-Lewis-esque performance. It's just kind of like, hey,
Yeah.
look quizzically around the corner and then punch someone.
I mean, it would be a great bit to have someone with no acting experience do some like prestige biopic. Like Gina Carano is Janis Joplin.
And it should be said, I mean, this is, 2013, I think is, when did Ronda have her first UFC fight? 2013?
2013. Yeah.
It was 2013,
February 2013, yeah. So this is like, it was Gina's emergence as a star. There was so much novelty to women's MMA. Like, that was still 3-minute rounds too, right? For most of Gina's career, it would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is a different world in that regard where Ronda, I think, probably normalized things. It's hard to kind of recapture the way that Gina was perceived in like the late 2000s.
Yeah, UFC is very WWE-esque in they control history. You know, I'm doing air quotes when I say that. But Ronda was definitely what they kind of paint, or excuse me, Gina was what they paint Ronda to be in terms of like bringing in outside eyes. Because I think they also have a hard time admitting that Cyborg fight was a big deal and it was a non-UFC fight and brought in a ton of eyeballs.
Strikeforce, I mean, they got CBS Strikeforce too. I mean, the Fedor fight with Rogers was on CBS, was it not?
Yeah,
no,
it was.
Yeah, okay, cool, yeah. And then they did the triple header with Henderson and Shields. So those were big events. They weren't like they weren't club fights, you know?
What happened?
Yeah. I remember those big events.
Oh, Jesus. Julio, Gina Carano is a fighter. Her last fight was 2009. It was before I graduated college. And her whole thing, she won every fight except her last one. And then ostensibly she fought like the final boss, Cyborg, not The Rock, but Chris Cyborg Santos. And she went out on her shield, which I remember everyone thought she was kind of marching to the gallows. And she put up a respectable fight, but in the end kind of got her shit wrecked. And I don't think I would be completely off base in saying she didn't like that and then just decided to kind of figure out something else to do.
She was set to fight someone in 2010.
She was going to fight in Dallas on that. It was the same card that had Josh Barnett versus Brett Rogers and Overeem versus Verdum.
Verdum, yeah.
And she just pulled out, and it was never, like to this day, I don't think it was ever really explained what happened. Everyone just assumed she was pregnant.
I think she may have spoke on that, but it's hard to recall because she spoke on a lot of things. I can't remember. Yeah. Was she going to fight Julie Kedzie? Do we know who she was going to fight? I can't remember.
I just remember the poster was those four big fellas, and then at the bottom it had Gina. It was like, and the return of Gina Carano. That's a throwback, Joe. I was actually on the media call where they announced Gina wasn't going to fight. Scott Coker got on, and the first thing he said was Gina's off the card. And
where is Scott Coker? Do we have a location?
Hopefully on a beach somewhere, sipping a Mai Tai.
Sorry, as you were saying.
Oh, no, he just said that, and he said, and we will not be taking any questions on it. And then it was just kind of awkward silence.
Yeah.
All right, so she can fight, but can she believably hold a gun?
In a movie way. I don't buy her like I buy Ted Nugent holding a gun, but, I don't buy her like I buy Alec Baldwin holding a gun.
Oh.
Just no reason for it. No reason. We're watching an unproblematic fave, Gina Carano, kicking some ass before she fights another unproblematic fave in Ronda Rousey. I mean, no reason for Alex to lower the stakes like that. It just is what it is,
I think it's a good time to call out, too, we're talking about Ronda here. Julio, with this fight promotion, a lot. Gina's, been there, and she'll, answer questions, and she's just kind of, her legs are very shiny and she looks nice, but the majority of the promotion for this fight, and Joe, you can tell me if I'm off base, has just been Ronda talking mad shit about the UFC. That's been pretty much the whole promotion for this.
Which, cool balls and strikes, fair play to Ronda, but it does make for a weird dynamic where Ronda has publicly said that her ambition and motivation for doing the fight was that she saw Gina and was like, man, Gina's really overweight right now. She needs something to do. And that's one way to promote a fight.
Was she reading 2008 Observers?
But it's been like they're not really
Showtime kick.
The fight is more being framed as an achievement for them both to get in there, which, I mean, I get it, but it's not really, to me anyway, the most compelling thing when you're going to see people throw fists at each other, you know?
Yes. Oh, gave him the bird.
She does look fucking cool, though. I mean.
Oh, yeah.
In the movie or right now? Like today?
Both.
Yeah, her appearance has not changed much at all.
Yeah.
But, I mean, obviously, I've seen her in The Mandalorian, and I've seen her in this movie. And I think that there is she's projecting... Obviously, I'm putting a lot of my own baggage in it, but to me, she looks like pure in this movie.
Part of the thing with her like ascent in MMA, she had a very like bubbly personality and like was kind of self-deprecating and joking. She's not doing that shit anymore. She's very like serious and stuff, but that was what kind of elevated her was obviously her looks. She beat people up, and also that she had kind of this like not quite cheerleader, but kind of like, you know, popular girl kind of personality, and was, you know, seemed fun. And also, this was at a time when, like, if you were an MMA fan that was versed in the ways of Gina Carano, you were not like a bro as much as you were kind of like a nerd. And so she was like the like ultimate like girl. That's kind of what a big part of what her appeal was.
So she's very much playing against character in this movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, she was also a fighter in that, you know, when the bell rang, she turned it on and whatnot. But I remember for me personally, when this came out, as much as I do enjoy this movie, it was just kind of like, yeah, they're trying to make her be like super serious when up until this point that hadn't really been her persona.
I don't think I've seen her smile, and we're 18 minutes in, Alex.
Yeah.
I thought that's what women were supposed to do on the big screen.
That's true.
There'll be time for smiling when the job is done.
I was about to say, there's still a job to be done. There's no time for smiling. I ain't got time to smile. Or no, I ain't got time to smile. That was the second take in Predator from Jesse.
And I was like 6 feet from Cross a couple weeks ago, and I wanted so bad just to engage him in Ventura talk. But I also didn't want to pay him, so I just kept it moving.
Should have gave him a dare. Do Jesse the body or take a flat back and see which one he does first.
Oh, dude, Steve, in your match, if you can somehow work in taking a pedigree worse than Gunther, that'd be fantastic.
Oh, man. The last pedigree I took, I was scared shitless. I was so happy that I lived.
So was Gunther.
Yeah.
I was so sure I was going to champagne it, dude.
Damn, there.
I do believe this chemistry, Alex.
I believe what's going on right now.
Now, I'm watching this without captions or anything, so I thought they were brother and sister till just now.
Swerve, they are. So this is the scene, whatever happens here, this scene for some reason exists with the original audio, because I remember when the movie came out, they did like the compare and contrast. So Julio, the cut is out there. Much like the cut of The Dark Knight Rises with Tom Hardy's original dialogue, that's somewhere out there. I don't know if we'll ever get it, but it's out there.
I hope she fights Bill Paxton. I don't remember if she does.
It's her dad in this.
She could still fight him.
That's true.
It's the final stage of healing.
Desert Assault. Oh man, she just moved in. You can tell because one of the framed portraits is on the ground there.
Yes, the famed gun drawer that we all have.
Yeah.
Yes, right below the oven.
I just presumed that was commonplace. Yeah.
It's a very
To
American
be fair,
thing, Joe.
yeah, Joe could. Yeah, I was about to say Joe
Yeah.
could be like, yeah, that's what Americans
Seems
do, right?
right, yeah.
It's Obi-Wan. He's getting his own show, right, on Disney, like an Obi-Wan show.
Already did.
Oh
Yeah, I think,
well,
yeah.
I'm just off base tonight. I'll tell you what.
I mean, that feels like saying that you'd have struggled with regardless of day, right? That's not
Yeah,
really your
it's-
alley, right? Yeah, the
fair.
Obi-Wan Disney show. I wouldn't come to you for that kind of expertise. To be fair, the Soderbergh, Fincher one was a little rough. That was rough.
Yeah, that struck out on that one. Yeah.
If you're controlling the edit for this, Alex, you need to wipe that out. I feel right. Just add in some in post. Just you nailing
just-
it. Yeah.
We get Loris and Giacomo to do
The
a
dub.
few
yeah.
phrases. Yeah.
Sometimes
no.
the dub gets me. Sometimes it doesn't.
I don't know if I have any idea what Ewan McGregor's political leanings are. And he's
she did
still
the lip
employed
bite.
by Disney and Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Presumably
secret is to
because
keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
It's a good point. This may be a big scene for the Star Wars community, right? It's like a dream match situation here, you know? It's big. Worlds collide.
Man, the time travel has to be
TM.
involved. 'Cause
Yeah.
This is young Obi-Wan, and I want to say it's been forever since I watched Mandalorian, but I think Mandalorian is like way after everything that happens in the
What's her
movies.
name in that? Is it Korra?
Oh, man, I don't remember.
That was the lady in NXT, Alex.
Korra Jade? Yeah.
I don't remember her name. I liked the Mandalorian. There's a Mandalorian movie, right?
It's coming up.
Well,
Yeah. I don't think I saw the last season. I liked the Mandalorian, though, the initial season or two.
And she was not a regular, but she had, I don't know, 3-4 episodes, I want to say, maybe, across the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, she was figured in, right? They had creative first. She was on the WrestleMania card.
what did we do here? All right, so the budget on this one was $23 million. Brought in 35. So not enough to necessarily instill confidence in Gina as a leading lady, I suppose. But it also got the January release. Julio, $35 million is pretty good for a January release.
I mean,
Back in 2012. Yeah.
complete lack of faith. You're dumping it in January? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's Fassbender.
Big man is back.
There you go. Magneto.
All right, calm down.
Just the really understated Magneto.
We were all thinking it. So she's had a relationship with him. I know based on what Tatum was saying earlier, she's had a relationship with Ewan McGregor,
Mhm.
but they're not together anymore. And then obviously she hooked up with Tatum, and she just kissed Fassbender. But is
Wouldn't
that
you?
just part of her? Yes, but I am not a CIA operative, so I guess my question was like, is that real, or is she just playing him?
Oh man, if I remember correctly, and it'll play out here soon. I think it's like they're both after each other.
Oh,
Yeah.
Black Bag is really good. Speaking of Fassbender as a spy, obviously very different. I think I told you about it in After Hours, Alex.
Yeah,
He's much older.
and obviously Jess, but of the superhero movies of the last 20 years, obviously the X-Men ones are on the higher end of them. What's the one I really like? Days of Future Past? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah.
I always love the dynamic where Julio has to clarify which ones you dislike and like in the comic book world.
Woman,
Alex
close
hasn't
that
done it in a
fridge.
long
They're
time.
charging you by the second. That thing's open.
Yeah, but she works for the government. She's
That's
fine.
true. She can, itemize it.
Yeah. Alex hasn't done it in a while, but he used to just call them Marvel movies or Avengers movies. Now you call them Marvel movies, but before you used to say, yeah, those Avenger movies.
They're all the same.
Yeah, those movies, I really enjoy them if I go to the theater, but if I watch them at home, I can't be bothered to give a shit, man. I try.
Just wait, this Christmas, you can do a double feature, The Odyssey and Avengers Doomsday.
Why is everyone online mad about the Odyssey trailer? What happened?
Are they?
My timeline was talking shit.
They probably think that they don't look historically accurate, like Matt Damon doesn't look Greek or whatever.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, isn't Elliot Page cast in the old the role that Pitt was in back in Troy?
No, because wasn't Pitt Achilles?
Yes.
So he dies before the Odyssey.
Oh, never mind. There must be something unrelated or some fanfic bullshit that I saw today then.
I mean, it's Nolan, so there may be
I was about to say,
flashbacks
known
to-
stickler for detail, Christopher Nolan. You know,
well, I was thinking more like known like time traveler Chris Nolan when it comes to how he tells his stories.
Oh, man.
Perhaps this Odyssey has a lake house. I don't know.
Incredible shot, by the way. Fassbender just came out with his towel on, and like Gina looked back and made sure to eye him up and down.
As one does.
We're not just womanizing in this movie. We're making men objects too, baby.
Yeah. And this is post shame, so we know that if that towel comes off.
We know what's going on, yeah.
Yeah. What's this rate, Alex? R for violence?
R for right wing. Let's see. It's rated R. For some violence, strong action, and rough talk.
But no Fassbender penis.
I cannot. Yeah. Jesus Jones. I cannot recall. Maybe there is some violence that I'm forgetting, but yeah, Steve. I highly doubt you've ever seen the film Shame, but Michael Fassbender does full frontal in that. And to give you an idea of what's going on, he was nominated for Best Actor at the Golden Globes that year, and George Clooney ended up winning. And in his speech, George Clooney remarked that, Michael, you could play golf with your hands behind your back.
Nice. Yeah, you talked about that awkward moment watching the movie with your mom earlier. It reminded me of walking in on my parents watching Bad Lieutenant right at the full frontal part.
Nice.
And my dad didn't look up to see who had walked in. He assumed I was my mom. He said, "Look, they're showing his thing."
Dude, I'm digging the fucking soundtrack or the score for this, rather.
It is awesome, yeah.
That's the thing with Soderbergh movies, or this type of Soderbergh movie. It looks so like sleek.
Yeah,
so
really stylish.
classy.
Yeah.
I mean, he has these other movies where he's just like, no, I intentionally want it to look weird.
Right.
But this is kind of fun. Again, going back to Black Bag, it's kind of like that too. It's just like a cool spy movie.
Mm-hmm. Did you see Presence, Julio? That was also a 2025 Soderbergh.
No, that's the ghost one, right? Like it's
yeah,
like,
where it's like the camera is the ghost.
yeah.
Interesting.
I heard about it, and but it was. I kept waiting for it to show up to like stream in one of the platforms I already have, and it was always a rental. And it's like, I don't know, because Soderbergh is hit and miss. But that, yeah, I've heard good things. I do plan on watching it.
It's worth watching just because it is unique. I did think it kind of fell apart, but I'd be intrigued to see what you make of it when you get to it. It's interesting.
No Gina Carano though. No UFC fighters.
No, I was waiting. She didn't show up. Yeah. I asked for a refund. I just leave every movie and just go, "Where was Gina?" And they said, "Please, sir, please go home." She's never coming back.
She was behind the camera.
Yeah,
she was the ghost.
She's walking at the movies with a big poster. Please show Carano versus Rousey on the big screen.
Alex, that kid in the car, Michael
Julio,
Carano,
I just figured it out too.
Almost Famous.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's William Miller as a child in that movie. 11.
Speaking of unknown child actors, I learned that my boy Dallas, who was the referee who got his shit rocked about a month or so back and it went all over socials with the back concussion, he was a child actor. He played Owen Wilson's son in Masterminds.
Wow.
I've known this guy for 3 years. It's never come up.
And now he will come up every time.
Every time. He can't avoid it now.
Does he have
stopped-
any Owen Wilson stories?
I haven't seen him since I learned this, so I'll be bugging the shit out of him next time I
Questions
do.
away. Yeah, questions are waiting for him. Just with a notepad. Let's talk
Yes.
about this.
He stopped doing it because I think he's lost his sense of humor about himself. But Jimmy Lloyd at his gimmick table used to have the 8x10 of him as a child actor, which I always thought was a really nice touch. I think I watched him wrestle approximately 17 times WrestleMania weekend. Good stuff.
This year?
Yeah. Dude, we just had that.
That's
We
more
had
than
that fucking
Gallows.
collective feed on like all 3 days, and it was just like,
It's
yeah.
rough.
I think I told you this, but when the Good Brothers recorded after it, it was like Machine Guns. Like, it's my first ever Mania weekend as a free agent. Gallows like, do you enjoy it? It's fun. He's like, yeah. Can I ask a question? What's the point? Gallows like, what do you mean? He was like, why do they all run? There was no fans at any of the shows.
Steve, I assume you saw. Bless him. We have some friends with St. Louis Anarchy, but Pierre, the promoter, kind of blew his stack on social media about that. And in all fairness, my immediate retort was just kind of like, dude, what'd you expect? It was like 3:00 in the afternoon in Las Vegas.
On Thursday.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Boys, Julio actually came over and watched night 1 of WrestleMania this year,
lucky
excuse me.
him.
At the house, yeah.
Wow, what a treat for Julio that was. Mania Night 1, what a great show.
Well,
No Rock. I was waiting for Dwayne Johnson to.
So were we, brother. So were we.
Cena showed up.
Yeah. That's what we're calling it, yeah.
in a suit.
Yeah.
Rock may have been in one of those commercials. I don't know.
Yeah. Hogan definitely was. Hogan was all over that thing.
Brother.
Oh, yeah, that's an unfortunate byproduct of the Netflix feed. We didn't have that. We had, like, shoot commercials.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. On Netflix, we legitimately saw like 20 minutes of the Hogan doc, just broken up, 4-minute chunks.
Yeah, I don't remember. We had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. That was the whole point. I told you, Joe, when we talked about it. It was like I couldn't be bothered to really bury it just because I had, a bunch of people over and having a good time watching it. And like we talked about it, but Steve, that Cody Randy match was one of the stranger things I've ever seen.
Nothing about it had a bit of logic. Like, it was not great. Sunday night I learned Saturday was abysmal.
Yeah.
That night I learned that apparently WrestleMania can end on a cliffhanger, which I didn't realize. And Alex was not there when it happened. He had like walked away, and I didn't feel comfortable asking anybody else. I'm like, what happened? Is it over?
Yeah. Cliffhanger's doing it it's a very generous term for what that was, but you're right. It was incomplete, definitely. Well,
because I was like, what happens to the people? Like, when you're watching it on TV, yes, you can cut to black, but there are people live, so do they hold on that shot, and then what happens?
Big issue a couple months ago. They had a stadium show, and they went off the air with a face-to-face, and there was a fan who recorded in the building, and like when the camera cuts, they just walk away, and the fans are like, that sucks. They don't even think about that stuff anymore. The live fan is irrelevant to them at this point. They barely think about the fan at home, let alone the one in attendance.
Yeah, I saw somebody post on, I think it was Instagram, that they're showing the commercials in the arena now.
Yeah.
That's just...
And I saw people saying they've always done that, and they haven't.
No.
I haven't experienced that. I've been to shows, yeah. There was a big controversy, Julio, on the cliffhanger point. WrestleMania a few years back ended with the bad guy winning, and Triple H, the High Chancellor and leader of the organization, was confronted, and he said, and I quote, the story never ends, which is something you could really use at any point in your life if you're not really sure you have an explanation for yourself. Just go, well, the story never ends. Tomorrow's a new day. We'll see what happens.
He's like, if you think about it,
Yeah.
every time you go to sleep, it's a cliffhanger.
Have they followed up on the Randy Cody thing at all?
Randy
No.
hasn't been on TV.
Of course.
Yeah, and Cody's getting his shit rocked by Gunther, who's on Raw, and then Roman is wrestling Fatu, who's
Yeah.
on SmackDown. It
Yeah.
just they've completely lost track of what
And
they're
we'll
doing.
get back to Haywire in a second, I promise. Sorry, Julio. But this stupid thing they do where everyone debuts by losing to a top guy in 9 minutes is the worst invention of the 2010s that they carried forward. Like, we love Ricky Starks here, but there's no reason to debut people that way. It just doesn't make sense. Stupid.
Yeah.
But anyway, Gina Carano.
She's in an abandoned barn about to find the stack of Ed Gein's bodies somewhere.
Oh, that's okay. So that's the guy that she rescued at the beginning of the movie, right?
Oh, there we got an F-bomb. Rated R.
No, they get one, right?
PG-13? It depends. Really does.
Depends on the context.
They have this thing. I don't know if it's a thing in the States, but when I go to the movies and it shows you what rating the movie is, it does a thing where it goes through each possible rating it can be. Like, our rating system's different because we don't have R, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, it goes through each one and then it tells you which one the movie is. And there was some very loud talkers at the cinema. My friend and I were there. And they reacted to every one of the levels like it was that film. So, like, it started at PG, and they're like, whoa, this can't be PG. Isn't it this loudly, too? Oh, 12, that makes more sense. Jesus, a 15. I'm sitting here, how long is it going to take them to realize it's it's all of them, and then it will tell you which one. Please wait. Hold for a second.
It's hilarious.
Speed, when I saw Road Trip in the theater back in 2000, the DreamWorks guy on the moon cast his fishing rod, and the guy behind me said, he's the killer.
Steve, I've regaled our listeners with this tale more than once. The Saturday Night Fever, John Travolta, is one of my legit top 10 movies of all time, but something that a lot of people from that generation that saw it like in the theaters forget is the movie was released as rated R, and the real version of that movie deals with some really fucking dark shit. Like, there's some really intense things that happen in that. And then because of Welcome Back, Kotter and whatnot, the studio was like, fuck it, we're going to cut it down to a PG. So they just like made it more about the music and stuff. When Julio and I worked at Cinemark together, we had a series of classic showings, and one of them was Saturday Night Fever, and I remember some parents from that generation all bringing their little kids, just remembering the PG version of it. And I watched that screening too, and there were some uncomfortable moments in that with a bunch of little kids being like, what's going on?
Speaking of uncomfortable moments, it's getting...
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh!
It's like watching Monday Night Raw in 1999.
EC-Dub.
By God, that Jezebel.
I don't know if you saw
All right. Foster
trivia
doing a
section.
terrible job of protecting himself, and Gina opens up on him.
Well, apparently they really got into it. Like, this was the first fight that they shot, and I
Someone
read
got like
a
really
thing.
punched in the face, right?
Yeah, when she breaks a vase on his head, like, she actually did it. She wasn't supposed to do that, and she did it because
Yeah.
he hurt her, obviously not on purpose, but and that set her off.
She gave him a receipt in a movie fight. That's awesome.
Yes. But then she said that she thought that she was going to get
Guillotine.
fired, but Fassbender is a freak, so he actually loved it.
When you're these two people and you see each other, you're like, we need to just for the sake of humanity, right? Like,
But, was
you've
she...
met your equal in human, like, attractiveness?
Well, was she with Henry Cavill at this point, or not yet? Was that in her
Oh, not
future?
yet. Leg
Oh
kick.
my God. I forgot that was the thing. Wow.
Oh,
That's my theory behind Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, is that they took one look in Nashville in 1996 and said, yeah, we're as hot as it's going to get.
Seize the moment.
here's Gina.
Well, I know we didn't get to see that much of Channing Tatum fighting,
Liger
but
bomb from Michael Fassbender.
would you say he's at least doing better than Tatum?
Oh my God. Yeah.
He's back in that Undertaker hold I was telling you about.
That unique submission hold.
Yeah.
Gina, correct technique. She's pulling the head down.
Yep. There's room for some Anderson the Spider Silver elbows there, if you ask me. But
That's right.
I'm no coach.
The parallel to the floor ones that he hit Travis Luger with.
The coolest thing ever, dude. God, he was awesome.
He really was.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
Well, yeah, you made all that noise with the fighting in the room. You got to make sure you muffle that gunshot.
Yeah.
I think more she was
Slamming
more
into
concerned about her
walls.
dress, getting the fucking Carrie splatter on it.
And that makes sense, yes.
That fight scene was awesome. Some of the
It
MMA
was,
stuff prior to it was kind of silly, but that was cool.
Yeah, that first fight, it reminded me of in the rundown when Dwayne was setting rock bottoms in the bar.
Oh, baby. You remember the rundown, Julio?
Yes. Have we seen Gina Carano do like one of her moves? Did she have moves that you could be like, oh, she's doing her thing?
No, but like all these sequences are like clearly like MMA inspired. Yeah. Like that thing she just choked out Michael Fassbender with was a triangle choke. Like, in real fights, not too often you're going to see that happen.
The rundown was Welcome to the Jungle outside the US. I remember this now.
So what happened when the new Jumanji came out? It was Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
All the
was called the
fans
Rundown.
were so confused.
Steve, I don't know
press
if
on that for a year. It was going to be Eldorado.
I don't know if you remember in the movie, one of the things that we rewatched it for the podcast was when they have to use footage to supplement, like when someone in the movie is like watching football on the TV and it's just stock XFL footage that they use.
Yes.
The BlackBerry. Did you have a BlackBerry,
Yeah.
Steve?
I bought one and returned it the next day. It was back when smartphones were still being phased into the landscape, and there's a separate $30 charge for data.
Wow.
So I turned it back in for a flip phone the next day.
Damn. If only you knew.
A BlackBerry Pearl.
Yeah, I never had one of the phones with the keyboard on it. I didn't have a BlackBerry, or was it a Sidekick? Was that the one where the screen went like would flip up? Yeah.
I had a BlackBerry for a while when I worked for the CIA. That was like standard issue.
Right. Yeah.
You fucked up, Obi-Wan. She knows you set her up.
I like that she's dressed like current day Jack Harlow in her casual clothes.
Here we go. A real movie star has appeared.
Do you think there's a cut of this movie, like the 2-hour cut where she fights more people and one of them is Josh Koscheck? Because I was thinking that I would like to see that fight.
I don't know if Koscheck would ever sign on to a role where he portrayed himself working for the federal government. I think that would be the issue. Steve, have you ever seen the SNL that Bill Paxton hosted in the late 90s where they did a skit where it was the alternate ending of Titanic, where
No.
Sherry O'Terry plays the old woman and it's the ending where she says like the story about Jack saved me, and Bill Paxton's like, all right, you old bag, just tell us where the diamond is. And she admits to throwing it overboard, and then Bill Paxton and his whole crew just beat her up.
Now, I just saw Titanic for the first time like 2 weeks ago.
That amazes
I am
me that you
impressed.
never even saw it just like by accident.
I've still never done it. It was in the cinema like a couple months ago, or I just didn't do it. Didn't get around to it. Never done it. Yeah.
I bought the
Wow.
Blu-ray in February and just never, still, it took me this long to get around to
That
it.
is beast mode. When you buy a Blu-ray and don't get to it, that is like next level operation right there. My he does the thing where like if a Blu-ray is purchased, it has to be watched. Like it will sit like looming over the room. Like we're gonna watch that soon. We're gonna get around to that. So it will be there. It's waiting for us. You know.
Julio knows I am bad about that I had to start logging what I have because I had the issue happen multiple times where I bought a movie and I came home and I already had it on the shelf.
Yeah. That is
3 months ago, I bought Glengarry Glen Ross on DVD, and never got around to it. And then last week at that same store, I bought the Blu-ray.
Did your thing, bro. You did your thing. You added to the collection. Here's what it is. I mean, it is a milestone in life. Like some people run marathons or, I don't know, do something else that's impressive. But when you get to the letterbox list for your physical media, you made it. Don't worry about it. You did good. You know?
Or you're getting old and you just can't retain.
Yeah. Just me adding Beyond the Mat to my physical media list, feeling like I just won Olympic gold. Yeah.
Dude, that Blu-ray that came out of that a couple years ago was great.
Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah, it's awesome.
Because
I wish it was the whole family. Just brought the house down. When Modest doesn't get signed, oh, baby.
The best part about it is it has, because there were like the 3 different versions that came out over time, but it has all 3 of the commentary tracks. The one with like Blaustein, Foley, and the one that for some reason Jesse's doing, like he does like half of the movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It films like an event in my family. Like my mum and I can probably act out entirely the Dennis Stamp Cherry Funk scene, I think.
Because I'm not booked, Terry.
Yeah. I want you to. Anyway.
I was gonna, like Terry works so hard to get the line out, but I was going to pay you 50.
What is it? He says it 6 times, yeah. And, Dennis never sells for it. The bit when Terry goes, you're not going to be there. Why are you not going to be there? I want you to be there. 3 consecutive sentences.
The Foley commentary track is interesting too because it was recorded when he was on the outs with Dwayne, and so he doesn't pull punches about the Royal Rumble incident.
I disagree with you. I think they've always been very close friends, actually. I disagree with you completely on that. Those guys always got along great. Yeah. Same with Rock and Austin. Have you heard about that?
And same with Rock and Triple H, right? They've always been great friends.
They've all been great friends, and they battled together in the Monday Night Wars, and they triumphed.
All right, I'm going to order this right now. I somehow completely missed this.
See, this is what it's all about, guys. Together we learn, we watch Gina Carano, we leave this better, you know?
And there's both versions of it, too, on there, Steve. There's the director's cut that has more just incredible, and then there's the theatrical cut.
The best part is when a week from now, Steve gets the movie, he goes to file it in his collection, and he already had it.
And I get a DM. Your fault, I'm afraid.
No, I've had the DVD for 25 years, but I remember extras from the VHS weren't on the DVD. I remember Taz hurting his shin getting into the ring. I caught on the skirt thing.
I read a review that a younger person reviewed that film, was like, it's aged poorly, and I was thinking, man, you have no idea how wrestling works today because it ain't aged poorly at all. It's the exact same industry. Guys would never go through this kind of physical anguish to wrestle. It's like, yeah, man, for sure.
And a Jake masterclass in that one too.
Yeah.
Ain't no way, brother.
Well, you own this, Alex. How many copies of Haywire do you have?
I just have one. I do have the Blu-ray. I was actually going to watch the Blu-ray, but on my DVD shelf, I have like displays of like figures and stuff, and it was buried behind one of those, so I didn't want to dig it out. But I have this, and I also have the theatrical poster because I took it from the theater when it came out because it was like the one they sent us that looked really cool. The studio said, we don't want to use that one. We want to use this one. And it was a really schlock, just pictures of the people in it.
Oh, the one that you have is the one it's just her, right? Is she
it's almost like animated. It's like you just see her from like behind and she's like mounting someone looking about like she's about to punch him.
It's the one over Alex's fireplace, that one.
Yeah. That joke actually works tremendously, Joe, because over our fireplace on our mantle is a big portrait that my grandma painted for me. Gina's on the run here. Julio, are you okay watching this with this movie being filmed in like actual locations and not just all in front of a big green screen in a warehouse somewhere?
Oh, that's what they want you to think, Alex.
Okay.
I wonder if the bird was just happened to be there, if that was a trained bird.
I was getting worried for a second, Steve. I was wondering if Gina was going to continue on the cancel train and use that umbrella as a weapon.
Yes. Whoop, whoop.
You don't have the license to do those bits. You know this. We've discussed this. You don't have that license.
Good roll through from Gina there. Joe, this fight actually happens in 2-3 days from whatever time this is released. If she actually
Yeah.
makes the walk, she's just getting her arm ripped off, right?
I think so, yeah. Presuming that Ronda doesn't try and, like, box, she should win very easily. Ronda is, I mean, it has to be said, Ronda also hasn't fought in a decade, but I would still say she is a massive favorite.
Yeah.
Massive favorite.
So why is that? If Ronda hasn't fought in over a decade and Gina hasn't really fought either.
Well, Gina also hasn't fought in 2 decades.
Yeah, Gina's at 17 years out the cage.
Yeah.
And also,
Yeah,
I
but-
think prime for prime, 99% of us would pick Ronda. So you kind of you do the maths right on it. But Ronda made a point recently of explaining to us all that she never actually lost fights. She simply lost time because she began to suffer from brain damage. And so she didn't lose the fight so much as she lost to her own decline. She has
Was
since
that
announced she's
AI,
fighting
her
again.
unconscious body in the cage? Was that just AI or something?
She was quite convinced of it. I mean, and I guess, in that case, it kind of it erases the fact that Holly Holm and Amanda Nunes hit her in the head over and over again. She just did it to herself, really.
Let's say the brain damage that happened during those fights that she lost.
Yeah. And then she announced she was coming back to fight. So,
So yeah, Julio, that's a separation of the two. Gina never had like 2 like life-altering knockout losses the way Ronda did. But at the same time, if you're just like right now, if you're fantasy booking and you match up their skill sets, common knowledge just due to Ronda's grappling accomplishments would lead you to believe that if she gets a hold of Gina and takes her down, she's going to submit her. Is basically that's the common logic.
And that you would say that also if this was happening at the same time that Haywire is getting released, all those years ago.
if you could time machine it, you'd say that, yeah. Ronda was, I mean, she's become a punching bag, and even I just did it, but like she was a sensation and a phenom. I mean, she was very dominant for that moment in time. She was very dominant.
And from a grappling perspective, she was a legitimate like Olympic medalist in judo.
Absolutely.
Like if she got a hold of you, she'd toss you. Not unlike the great Caro the Heat Parisian, if I can drop some inside baseball there.
Did I tell you the story about her recent interview, Ronda, where she was explaining wrestling? Did I tell you that, Alex?
No.
So she was, those interviews
Pro
that
wrestling
athletes
or
do? Yes,
like,
pro wrestling.
okay.
Those interviews that athletes do now where they like go to a chiropractor and do an interview in the meantime. She was
Chris Van Vliet?
It was fascinating. She was like
Dr. Van Vliet.
she was explaining wrestling to them like she discovered it. Like she was Ricky Dozang. She was like, so basically, she was like, I'd be wrestling Ruby Riott or Alexa Bliss or Liv Morgan. They would grab a body part and I would go, and these people would really believe that they really believed that I was in pain.
my
that these
God.
people could beat me up. And I was thinking, is she okay?
She said, quick, grab my ear. I'll show you.
Yeah. Is that Tojo
Explaining
Yamamoto? Is that-
Ricky Morton at a seminar, like just breaking it down, the psychology. She's going, they
That
really
selling.
believed it. Yeah.
Need to call out real quick. In succession, during that action sequence, Gina hit a Tajiri buzzsaw kick and then the Roman Reigns Superman punch to get out of a sticky situation.
That's where Roman learned it. He watched this movie.
Yep.
I don't remember the last time he said that, but I remember he did say he like invented the Superman punch at one point, and I was like, somewhere Hulk Hogan is just nodding in approval, brother. Dude, in the 70s, I went over and I was going to do pride fights.
Have you guys seen the Hogan Netflix thing? I haven't seen
I can't bring myself to do it.
I can't either. Steve, you watched it?
I did.
What do we think?
It was okay. I mean, it was largely puff. Linda Hogan is like the most horned up old lady I've seen in my life. It was startling. I tweeted it, but every story ended with, and then he fucked my brains out,
Jesus.
Even on the home videos, like when Terry has the camera, she's shaking her tits at him and stuff.
Jesus.
What is happening?
How are the little Hulkamaniacs supposed to watch it? That's crazy.
Well, brother, we are going to grow up sometime.
I did see Nash on his podcast talking about that. I did a 3.5 hour interview and they used me for 30 seconds.
I wonder why.
Yeah. He's fucking talking about like Tombstone and Wyatt Earp, and they're like, Kevin, We asked you what Hogan ate for dinner.
That was quite super natty, and he just gives him a review of Heat.
Dude, when we took that picture together, unprovoked, he told me, "Hey, man, back when I was Vinny Vegas, I would do the roll of the dice by me jacking off on camera." TBS, man, nobody was paying attention. They didn't give a fuck.
Still, my favorite big Kev ever was like Sean Oliver asked about the NWO, and he goes, De Niro was the babyface in Heat. Everyone knows that.
That's funny. I watched Heat for the first time on
Wow.
on
Right
Sunday.
after Titanic?
No, on Sunday of this week is when I saw Heat for the first time.
And you bought the Blu-ray 10 years ago. It's just, you're going to get to it. Yeah. I love Heat. I'm scared to get excited for Heat 2, though. That seems like a bad idea, I got to be honest.
Yeah, we'll see. Steve, what did you think of Titanic, by the way? I mean, it's very late 90s coded.
You're like, I don't care what you thought about Heat, but
Right,
let's go
yeah.
back to Titanic.
Well, I
They
know
could've
Steve. I know he
trimmed-
probably thought Heat was fucking awesome. I'm just curious.
Yeah, Heat was awesome.
Yeah.
They could have trimmed half an hour from Titanic and got the job done, but it was all right. It wasn't the best thing I ever saw or anything, like The Wedding Singer was, but it was okay.
Did you get choked up at the end?
No, because I've been online long enough to kind of just get the gist that one of them dies on the door, or one of them dies and the other one's on the door, or whatever.
I've been online long enough is godly, by the way, for Titanic.
Well, what killed me is when she's like, "Oh, look, there's hope." Oh, hey, wait a minute. Oh, fuck.
I'm not kidding. That monitor that Mike Douglas has on his desk is the exact one I'm watching this movie on right now.
Do you have the American flag next to it too?
Well, a packaged figure of Oscar. So yeah, pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
I actually
No, it
brought
was-
the television in from my spare room and have it sitting on a coffee table in here.
Outstanding.
Wonderful.
It was when a previous job I worked at was going under. I made sure to take as much shit from the office as I could. I remember coming home on the bus, the city bus, with 2 monitors on my lap. To quote the immortal words of Denzel Washington, I said, "I'm leaving with something."
Yeah,
I
sometimes
never would
the
have guessed
dub
that Michael
is-
Angarano was going to be just popping in throughout the entire movie.
Yeah, just with us time in occasional spurts. We're with him. Yeah, the dub
So-
sometimes is pretty rough. I gotta say, I actually don't remember it being so jarring. Sometimes it's totally fine. Most of the time it's fine, I would say. But sometimes it's a lot.
He's popping in like Sam Hoger in the first half of that tough season.
He just remarks to her, "These guys you're talking about don't sound like men of honor."
Yeah, you know, I still regularly people come in the chat and ask, when are we doing it the next season? And I go, you're asking a lot.
That's adorable.
The fact that it has to be a whole season too, right? Like we can't just do this occasionally. No, a full season, please. Anything.
Take this seriously.
Yeah.
That's so funny because we all sounded so defeated in the final episode.
Yeah.
You'd be like, out of mercy, you wouldn't want us to go through season 2.
And now I think it'd be even less fun to talk about the UFC with like how it's somehow gotten worse in the years since we did like that finale.
Oh, way worse. Yeah.
Julio, they're doing that event at the White House, you know?
I was about to bring it up
Yeah.
and say, like, well, I mean, we could always do a live commentary as it's happening.
I'm not a man of many moral scruples or values, but I am making a point to not watch that event. But yeah, they announced today like the tickets you can buy to it are like $1.5 million. And so, you know,
What's included? Big Mac?
What was it, Firefest, that festival where there's just the ham sandwich in the styrofoam box.
So you get like an infomercial with Dana saying, you could experience the thrill of a gun threat.
Yes. I sent Alex a screen cap of that. One of the many, many articles quoting him, saying that it was so awesome when he was in there and there was an active shooter.
The worst of all time. There are terrorists I like more than Dana White.
Dude, that thing you posted, Joe, was godly of Ken Kennedy making fun of him. That was
It was
hilarious.
good to see, wasn't it? Oh,
Yeah.
my.
Oh,
That happened to somebody I worked with.
Oh,
Like,
my
not-
backing
gosh.
down.
Like not to them, the car in front of them. Like a car had hit a deer, and the deer went through the next car's windshield.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, there was a fatality. Like, it was insane.
Yeah. See, there was a tough dub moment. There was a great, back to Dana White's whole shit, there was a great thing recently where he claimed he's run twice as many boxing events as any other boxing promoter combined. And Eddie Hearn was like, does no one feel the need to like question him on this? Like, he just made that up. That's just completely false. Like, I alone have run twice as many as him, let alone all of us combined. He's like, no one questions him. He's like Trump. It's amazing.
He's kind of lost it too in that way. Like, he spent the last 20 years cultivating this scenario in which it's just what you said. He can just say shit that he's never
Yeah.
challenged on.
When
And
anyone
he
who would
has that-
challenge him is out the room too, right? I mean, that's
Exactly.
the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he also has that Trump like air of invincibility about him. He beat his wife in public and nothing happened to him. And
Yeah.
so he can just feel like he can do whatever he wants.
Do you remember, to tie this back to Gina Carano, do you remember the story about when he tried to make Ronda and Gina and there was that strange text story with him and Gina? Do you remember that, Alex? What the details were?
Yeah, Julio. So this fight between Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey is not like a new concept. Joe, that would have been probably what, 2014, 15, somewhere in that time frame when they tried to make that happen. So there was initially some dealing where the UFC wanted to put that together back when this was before Ronda lost and Ronda was still like probably the cash cow of the UFC with George St. Pierre, maybe if he had come back being like the looming threat. But like they tried to make this fight, and look, say what you will about Gina, and you'd be right. She does seem to be a little bit smarter and have more business acumen than most of the people they deal with. And I think she had a pretty good agent at the time, too, that was trying to, like, Dana is not used to people, like, wanting fair terms and fair cut and, like, to get paid what they deserve in a situation like that. And so the story went, and Joe, you can help me out if I'm wrong here, but the story went, they had, like, a meeting, and then Gina left and then got, like, a text to her phone from Dana that was like almost like in third person or something, where he was saying, this bitch doesn't know what she's talking about, or this bitch is fucking with us, or something like that. And she responded with like, I think you sent this to the wrong person. And then him, thinking he's fucking Neo, responded, I don't think I did. And that's pretty much like a good summation of it, right, Joe?
That's what I recall it being. Yeah. I don't remember the exact phrasing of the text, but it was something to that effect. Absolutely, yeah.
I remember he called her a bitch because, of course,
Yes.
Dana White did. Yeah. And so if you can believe it, that's kind of where the negotiations stopped. But that's the thing. In 2026, if one person can babyface Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano, it's fucking Dana White.
100%, yeah. Like, you can't, in the grand scheme of MMA, the fact that event's happening is really good for the sport. Like, legitimately. The interest in it feels like it's already dwindled because it's such a freak show, but people will watch it. They just will. It's on Netflix.
It'll
You
pick
just
back
hope-
up and
Yeah. The issue is the fight itself, because people don't know what they're getting themselves into. When it's a quick, short fight, people are going to be disappointed. So you just hope the Diaz fight delivers
yeah.
and Ngannou does Ngannou things. You hope the rest of it's strong.
There's that. Isn't Lorenz Larkin fighting on the undercard? There's a couple
Yeah.
like pretty
Yeah.
spicy undercard fights on there.
It's a good card. Yeah, I mean, it's a good event for what it is. It's certainly a good event.
Yeah, Ronda Julio has been touting that the lowest paid fighter on the card is making $40,000, which is, they're literally like UFC events still where like people make like $10,000. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
and that's where
Do they get the bonus if they tap out? If you knock them out?
$5,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, and they've worked that whole system out too, where they just tax the shit out of it, and it's
Well, if there's one thing Julio knows is she never let get in the hands of the judges, right? And that's
Absolutely. I don't think, did I tell you guys? I don't know if it had already happened, but I got Alex good because I was going back to BattleBots. I was watching an old BattleBots, and and Kenny Florian said it. But so I took screenshots of like the lead up to that, and with the captions. And so it was, I don't know, 20 pictures, and I was sending them to Alex, and then it ended with him saying, "That's why you never leave it to the judges." And Alex was like, "Oh my God."
He did the deal.
Yeah, he learned it. Alex, did you get an ad? Because I just got an ad.
Yeah, I did. We're gonna have to catch up here in a minute.
So you guys are gonna tell us where to jump to.
We're synced up entirely, Steve, I think, based on our reaction to what happened with the car a minute ago.
Yeah.
A little bit ago.
Steve, Joe and I were talking about it in our Grin Grappler chat with Oracle and Bobby. Like, probably where the WWE's heading is the UFC model right now of the Dana White Contender Series, where they just find dumb dudes they can pay like pennies, and that's what I guess NXT is going to become.
There's been speculation. I don't know. I mean, they have a legit where UFC hasn't had really much of any competition in 15 years. The fact that there's a Mark billionaire in Orlando willing to let you work 1 day a week if you have anything at all to offer.
Yeah.
And he'll even let you say no. Like, he don't give a fuck. So I think they're going to lose some good people before they realize that it's not going to work.
Yeah, I guess just it's literally going to become a thing where it's just like AEW is the wrestling promotion, and then WWE just does like fucking Instagram reels.
Well, I mean, WWE does have way too many people under contract.
They do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
There needs to be some culling for sure.
There's a world in which them being quicker on the trigger is actually good for the business. There is. 100% is. People just stay there forever now. It's not good, so.
The shit, though, like, every year, they do the cuts after WrestleMania, after a week-long promotional tour of how much money they made. And it's just,
Yep.
If one man can babyface Tony Khan, it's the World Wrestling Federation.
Well, somebody in my group chat posted the 2023 whatever next person up tournament is for NXT for the women. And of the 8, I think 7 of them are still there, and one of them's fired.
Well,
like, there's no advancement one way or the other. It's absurd.
What's our timestamp, fellas?
Timestamp. I got 1 hour, 8 minutes, 27 seconds, 28. Yep. 1 hour, 8 minutes, 30 now.
All right. I think I got close enough.
Yeah, I think we're
maybe
good.
A second off.
Gina wearing her war paint. She's going into war games with her team. We got the Gina, man. We got the Ariba, man. Steve, did you listen to the Tito Santana interview on the Laps Fan?
Yes, I did.
Oh, when was this? I didn't see this.
It's part of the Hogan series. It was a few weeks ago, and I don't know if you've listened to any of these interviews so far. Jack does a pretty steadfast job of not letting JP be JP, but there's a part where Jack's talking about how Tito and Hogan teamed with Buck Zumhoff on some house show matches, and JP just can't resist. He just cuts in and he goes, "How'd you like working with Buck Zumhoff?" And Tito just starts laughing, and he goes, "Well, I don't know what you know about Buck Zumhoff, but he's in prison."
Honestly, top 1% answer there from Tito in terms of the boys, right? Good for him.
Yeah, it went better than the Coco Beware one did. That was
I heard about that. I didn't see it, but I heard about that, yeah.
That was difficult to get through.
They're still on Hogan?
Dude, Hogan hasn't gotten to New York yet. Hogan hasn't gotten to the AWA yet, where they're at.
Yeah.
God love them, man.
They're in the fall of 1980, I think, right now.
Oh, my God.
And they're taking a diversion to review the Netflix thing. That posted this week.
I love their show, but that's just too much Hogan for me.
Yeah, I've been breaking it up with Crime in Sports.
Yeah.
And the Neil Brennan podcast.
All right.
So I was wrong. Tatum was back. I was wrong. Tatum, they
Yes.
did. I thought he was out of the movie, but he's back.
Well, the timeline does skip around a bit, but yeah, now we're in present time, and they're taking her dad hostage essentially, and she's turned the lights out in the arena. The lights are going to come back on, and Gina's going to be pointing up.
Oh,
I don't
God
think
bless
Bill
Bill
Paxton
Paxton.
makes it out of this.
Oh man, a smoking body. Oh,
my God.
there was brain matter on the hood of that car there.
Is it just deer matter?
Yes.
Yeah,
Some
to be fair,
venison.
there's been multiple events here. It could be anything.
But psychology, Tatum is selling his arm from the armbar at the beginning of the movie from Gina.
He's a good actor, man.
It's true.
People don't take him seriously.
Did he get nominated for Foxcatcher?
Maybe.
I remember
Carell
Steve
did,
Carell
for
did.
sure.
Yeah, no Carell did.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. It's not a very fun story, but
No, it was one of the more awkward experiences of my life watching that in a theater with like 4 other people, including a 70-year-old couple. who had no idea what they were getting into.
supposedly Brock Lesnar is an extra in a scene in that movie, like he's in the background.
You know, I saw Foxcatcher and then I left right from there to an IWA Mid-South show.
Oh,
God
man.
bless.
Wow.
Don't do it, Bill. Oh. He's got Jedi powers.
And that was a very...
Oh, Gina's got her hair rode up, too. I didn't even notice that. Going into battle.
Tatum will not die. I was going to say that was an undignified ending for his character, but...
He just fell on his keys. He'll be back.
Guys. I can finally get this shit right with my Fincher Soderbergh confusion, but the Channing Tatum connection is Magic Mike, right? That was Soderbergh?
That's Kevin Smith. You
No,
need to
that
stop
was
trying.
Steven Soderbergh. God damn it. I know it was. Kevin Nash was in that movie.
He's godly in that movie, man. When he's hit one of the guy to massage his calf. I'm just fucking with you.
It also gave us him talking to Sean Oliver about Channing. He's like, he's a cool white boy, man.
Did you see Nash talking about PlayStation 1 era video games this week?
Dude, I was losing, and it wasn't just like surface level shit. Dude knows ball, man. He's talking about Spyro the Dragon, and but like one of the
Siphon
things
filter.
he calls the PlayStation memory cards save gimmicks. You got those save gimmicks.
Have you seen his cameo in the Dog, the Channing Tatum film Dog? Have you seen Kevin Nash's cameo in that?
No.
It's glorious, dude. He has like 4 minutes in it and just like it steals the show. He's so great in that.
He there's someone, I think it's Justin, the guy who not disgraced Twitter poster Justin, but a different Justin that posts it's clips for, he like chooses years of wrestling and whatnot, and I think he was
just
on that
in
post.
south of Oklahoma. Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
guy.
Yes. He posted recently. I think our boy Channing's on his way out here.
His hand is glowing.
What's the fire? Are you just not used to seeing a well like framed and lit shot, Julio? Is that what's throwing you off here?
He does
Oh,
look like a
man.
cyborg.
Don't you know his gambit? He's just charging a card right there.
I haven't seen it, so I can plausible deniability, Julio. But anyway, I think he posted one of the paparazzi clips recently, and with people on my timeline talking about that, I remembered there was one paparazzi thing where I think they were playing poker, and Nash said the winning prize was DVD copies of The Punisher, Longest Yard, and Grandma's Boy. Real worker, Julio. Kevin Nash, I'm sure you can tell is a pro wrestler, but he is one of those guys that never like any leading roles or anything, but he was legitimately in Magic Mike, and he's been in some like real movies. and he was in the Thomas Jane Punisher. He was the big Russian assassin that went to try to kill Thomas Jane in that movie.
Right.
And before he made that, pensive Gina here, remembering their romance, their tryst. Before making that movie, he had real long hair. That was his deal from like the 90s into the 2000s was he had long hair. And he knew he was going to have to cut it real short for that movie. So like a true fucking worker, what does he do? He has a hair versus hair match on Monday Night Raw. And that's how he loses his hair is, that dastardly Chris Jericho cut it off.
I was wrong again. Bill Paxton survived.
Is that Eric Bischoff's cabin there?
God, I wish.
All right, Ewan McGregor now. Obi-Wan thinks he's made it. He's escaped.
Oh, here comes Maverick.
I was going to say we're at Trevor's airstrip in San Andreas. Los Santos. Julio, how many
Mike
days
Douglas
was
fight?
Yeah, how many days was he on set, you reckon?
It was Memorial Weekend.
I was going to say these are probably just his suits.
Oh yeah,
I will do you this favor, Steven.
He did not stop my wardrobe one time. He just showed up like that's his plane.
His Uber is waiting right outside the airport.
Anytime there's someone pacing in an airplane hangar, it's bad business.
I saw Julio Falling Down's getting a 4K remaster, and as you know, that's one of my favorites.
How many copies of Falling Down do you own?
I just owned the DVD, but it's the original, like we talk about sometimes, those first few years of DVDs where they printed those cardboard sleeves that would fold out. It's one of those, yeah. Yeah, Falling Down's fantastic. But yeah, I don't know when I'm going to get a fucking 4K player because I got to take out a mortgage to get a PS5 now, so.
I thought you were going to say to get a mortgage just to fill up the tank.
Yeah, well, that's true. Steve, you got in at the base level. You got a PS5 early, right?
Yeah, I was able to pre-order on Target. And I just upgraded to right before the prices went up. I upgraded to a Pro and sold my base to an old friend.
Hmm. Yeah, Julio, I don't know if you've looked at them like to get like the I guess the top tier one with you have to pay more to get one with an actual disc drive. Also, it's like almost $1,000.
Well, yeah, because why do you need discs? You can just get everything from the cloud.
Did Sony blame it on the tariffs like everybody else, or
I don't think they explicitly said, but my base was 6 years old, so to replace it, I paid $500 for it. I would have had to pay $650 to replace it.
All right, Gina, gal on a mission here. Hunt down the remaining foes.
Well, it wasn't just I've never had a PlayStation. I'm like an Xbox person, and I just didn't upgrade like the last one because it was just as expensive. So I was like, I don't play enough video games to justify dropping that much money.
So I really don't anymore either, but I still do it because it's in my blood, I guess. I just can't stop throwing money at people.
There's a PlayStation in the literally like fucking 6, a couple of feet away from me here, and I haven't turned it on in 6 months. PlayStation 5 just sitting here, just staring at it now, thinking about how much money I come out after Alex clued me in on the going price for such a thing.
Yeah, I play my PS4 regularly all the time. The thing was, I fucked up. My plan was I'll get a PS5 when GTA 6 comes out, and now I'm up shit creek.
I knew I was washed when what was the 2K game that had the Bloodline stuff on it? The WWE 2K game. Was that last year?
I think it was last year's, yeah.
And just early stages of trying to play that game, I just went, I'm not going to do this. I don't think I'm going to do it.
This is the part I remember being funny is just that, Ewan McGregor's walking on an undisclosed beach.
He's doing his thing.
Yeah.
Sand castles in the sand here.
Considering his
The
Blu-ray
Statue
collection.
of Liberty is about to show up.
Tropical drinks melting in your hand.
Oh, shit.
And then
Nope.
she just appears.
Is that familiar Roman Reigns super punch there, fellas?
Well, now she has to talk to him for 5 minutes before they do the next thing.
This is the fight that we didn't get at the end of Kill Bill Volume 2, Alex. The beach fight.
Yeah?
Gotta tell you, though, that Soderbergh, he can shoot a movie.
He sure can.
Not as good as
Oh.
Fincher, but yeah.
All right. Trust me, no one's more angered by that than me.
I know, Scott. I'm just thrilled by it.
Go behind. Arm ring. Oh.
It's always good when you
Bob
get something
Backlund
that Alex
takedown.
will sell for. It's always golden. Always great. Most of it just doesn't even touch the gloves, you know.
Oh.
Would you
Yeah.
say McGregor is not doing as well as Fassbender?
Oh. You
Certainly
dumbass.
not.
No, not the old Stand By Me.
Got that turned around. Ewan McGregor's blood sport here.
People were blaming me for Bloodsport going away because I was tweeting during the show how much it sucked and they shouldn't do it anymore. Then 45 minutes later, it's like, yeah, well, this is the last one.
I told Joe Barnett was on Errol Hawani's show talking about it, and like he basically just talks around the point of, I think he just wanted to say, yeah, everyone sucks and can't do it, is basically the idea. But hey, what do I know?
Yeah, that was it was an interesting show. It really struggled to maintain my attention, to be honest.
Well, they had these very distinct rules. One of them was no small digit manipulation. They explicitly said that. And
Cowards.
Pete Dunne is doing the finger gimmick.
Well, it's one of his
Oh,
fucking 3 things that he does. He has to do it.
like, come on, man.
He has to do that and throw shitty punches.
Oh,
Anyway, enough about Brit Rest.
fired up about that Grande Americano mask match,
Yeah.
which I assume he'll be ringside for. Man, Fassbender looking a bit disheveled here.
It's had a rough day.
It's not easy looking that pretty.
A lot of upkeep.
I don't know that we needed like a full,
Yeah.
however many minutes sequence explaining exactly what happened in this movie.
Yeah.
When the big attraction was just seeing Gina Carano being an action movie star.
It's to be honest, for a 90-minute film, it does end up feeling strikingly short on material.
Yeah.
It'd be a hell of a 70-minute flick, though. Let me tell you, a hell of a 70-minute flick.
Julio, I don't remember if you watched this in the theater when it came out, but
I
you
did
know,
not. I did
okay.
not. It wasn't out for long.
No,
think-
we didn't have it for long. I think it opened in one of the small theaters at
Yeah.
the old 377. But you know, we know what we know now. But you watch this in a certain mindset, you think Gina Carano's got legs as a movie star, or do you think her career played out kind of the way this movie would have foretold?
If I remove what I know about her, like as a person, just based on screen presence, and I watched this. I'm like, yeah, put her in another movie.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens when she has dialogue,
Yeah.
and they let her keep her voice. But at the same time, okay, so I'll tell you this: when I saw her in The Mandalorian, it didn't surprise me. I was like, okay, she didn't feel out of place. So
She did something else notable, and I can't figure out what it was.
She
talked
was in a
about Fast and
Deadpool
Furious.
movie.
Deadpool, that's what she did. Yeah, Deadpool.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out.
All
Look at
right.
Banderas. He shaved.
This is a different scene of that Andrade biopic.
The Fleary years.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Oh, something I forgot to call out during my earlier analysis of Titanic was Kate Winslet pointed out the lifeboats just randomly. Oh yeah, we don't have enough lifeboats. If everyone, if something happens, everyone might die. And it very much struck me as Chris Farley in the first Wayne's World movie. It's like, well, that guy sure did have a lot of information for a security guard.
I gotta wonder if it's gonna come in handy. Chekhov's lifeboat. Man.
How do you feel about cigars, Alex?
Not for me. They usually make me sick.
Can look cool though, can't they? So
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And if my iron gut is upset by something, I can't handle it.
Oh fuck.
Man, she did the Michael Myers.
The H2O, she just lowered herself down.
Come on.
Boo. Why did that fight?
Until as Antonio Banderas, if he die on screen, he said, yeah, for another $5,000, you fucking mark. All right, so Gina Carano's illustrious filmography. Prior to this, she did Blood and Bone, which you got to keep in mind, this is still at the time where we had direct-to-DVD releases. And there was, as Joe knows, there were a lot of MMA fighters that were in direct-to-DVD videos that went straight to red boxes across the world.
Sold out the red box.
Then it was Haywire, Fast and Furious 6, In the Blood, which has Luis Guzman and Danny Trejo. I'm sure that was a good time. Yeah. Then she was in a movie called Heist with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Robert De Niro, and Dave Bautista. Kate Bosworth. All right. Extraction. It was her and Bruce Willis, which that's 2015. So that's when Bruce was just churning out anything.
Yeah. That was his Nicolas Cage era.
Yeah. Deadpool, as we mentioned. Then she was in a kickboxer movie with Batista, George St. Pierre, and Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Wow. Four Horsemen.
She was in something called Scorched Earth, where she was the lead. 2019, Madness in the Method. Looks like this is a Kevin Smith movie. You made that joke earlier, but oh my God, even worse. It's a Jason Mewes movie that Kevin Smith is in. Daughter of the Wolf. This was her and Richard Dreyfuss.
Shut the fuck up. That's not real.
I'm sure they had a blast.
Those conversations. Holy shit.
Let's see. 22% on Rotten Tomatoes, Julio. We might have to dog ear that for a future an episode. And then that was in 2019, and then something happened in 2020 that kind of derailed her career.
Yeah, COVID. Yep.
And she's made 2 movies since then. One of which being Terror on the Prairie, which is the movie that the Daily Wire financed and distributed on their website.
Wow.
And then, she was the top billed in My Son Hunter, the Hunter Biden propaganda film.
Jesus. Does she play Hunter Biden?
She plays a Secret Service agent in that. I remember one of the promotional images for it was her as a Secret Service agent with like Joe Biden like whispering something in her ear. The would-be Joe Biden, whoever plays that in the movie. So
please tell me her character's name is Mallory Kane.
Agent Hound.
Miss Hound. Do you have any crack?
So it would be a promising career at one point for Gina Carano. And yeah, like I said, I like that. I like Haywire, and it's like Joe said, it gets a bit thin towards the end, but it's a fine viewing experience. It looks good. It's got a lot of really good actors in it, and her performance is fun for what it is. So, Julio, I think you kind of liked it too after that viewing. How you feeling?
I'm not gonna say I like it less, but I definitely I was having some what do you call it, Mandela effect, like as far as like how action packed it was. Like in my mind, she would fight every single person in the cast.
Me too. Yeah.
She only had like 3 big fights. She fights Tatum at the beginning, then she fights Fassbender in the middle, and then she fights Ewan McGregor at the end.
She beats the shit out of Obi-Wan at the end. Yeah,
She does.
Yeah, and that's good. And there was, I guess, the disappointing part is that there was a lot more running around and a lot less fighting, and that's what I was like in the mindset for. I was like, it's gonna be just wall-to-wall fights, but it's fine. I mean, I don't think it gets thin at the end. I think it's thin the entire way through, but you know, she can carry a movie. And so it's just like part of the fun is just seeing the cast. 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, Alex. I've forgotten it was that fresh, like certified fresh even.
My God. That's well, that doesn't mean anything, right? Because it's the audience meter that truly means something.
41%.
I was going to say,
meter.
I do remember that being a thing. Yeah, the audience didn't like it. Yeah.
Steve, first time viewing. It's a pretty simple movie. You enjoy yourself?
Yeah, it's what I call a Saturday afternoon movie. If it's on TNT, I'm just going to stick with it and see what happens. The comment about not being nonstop fighting made me want to see a Gina Carano in The Raid. That would fucking rule.
That's a perfect one. A Saturday afternoon movie. It's the movie that you're just bored at home. You watch. There's a commercial for a fast food joint halfway through. You're like, that's what I'm going to get for dinner after this. And then you finish the movie and go get it. That's what this movie exists to be.
It's like the first football game went off that you give a shit about. Nothing else is happening until like 6. So 3 o'clock, you catch this movie on TNT and you stick with it.
Joe, you ever revisiting this? You have a good time? What you thinking?
I don't know if I'm going to revisit anytime soon, but it's cool. I like it. It's very, very stylish, very slick, very Fincher. And
damn it.
one last one. And no, I do like it. I actually remember it being a lot more action packed also. But it's cool, man. I mean, it's there's a novelty to it me because I remember the vibes when it came out, which again, like now is almost a novelty that's transferred into being like it's funny because of how the whole thing happened. But yeah, I think it's fun. It's a fun film. I like it.
All right. So at the time of this recording, we're still planning on doing a grin along over at Late Night Grin, watching the MVP MMA card. Joe, where can people find that?
Late Night Grin on YouTube. We're likely going to do that for all members, so $1.99 gets you in the door for that, as well as a plethora of other things. But on the free side of things, check out Lindsay Productions, Contrarian Alex with a Criterion collection for pro wrestling that we're building slowly but surely, which is, I truly believe,
I am so proud of you guys for doing that.
Yeah, like I think that is about as niche as it can get while still being entirely us. So that's very much Alex's vehicle and has been really cool so far. So check that out.
Excellent. And then at Late Night Grin on Twitter or X?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we have to use Twitter. X is when you say X. How does that feel? By the way, how did that feel when you just said
awful?
That? It's awful.
Well, I didn't know what you were going to say.
Up in your mouth.
Yeah,
you're the political one at this bunch. So
yeah, my bad. Yeah. Sure. Look, he makes points. No,
look into it. Steve. Not only do you have a notorious Twitter account, you have a booking, my friend. You have a match coming up. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, follow me, of course, at Not Dr. Death on the socials, NOTDRDEATH. And if you happen to be within driving distance of sunny Jeffersonville, Indiana this summer, June 27th, it's a Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m. bell time, come see me get my shit wrecked. I'm donning the tights one more time. Myself and known wrestling journalist Sean Ross Sapp are forming a team against the Rejects, John Wayne Murdoch and Reed Bentley. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how we fare, whether we can get our hand raised, and yeah, we're going to raise some money. It's a animal rescue deal, though, in southern Indiana.
That's great.
And how does Jim Fannin factor into all this?
Jim Fannin, a noted IWA Mid-South legend, will be managing our opposition. He will be managing the Rejects.
Outstanding.
So, Steve, I haven't known you as long as Alex and Joe, but so what I've learned with my time around you guys is that most wrestlers, they have a gimmick. So what is your gimmick?
It's me. Yeah, people ask me this in my normal day-to-day life when they find out I do this occasionally. They say, oh, what do they call you? I'm just Steve. Like, people know who I am, unfortunately. Like, I don't know what this says about me. But the last few
gimmick
matches
is that there is no gimmick.
Yeah, over the last 3 years, I've had a few matches, and each one I'd done a custom offensive T-shirt. So I don't quite have this one cooked up yet. I'm looking forward to seeing. This is my first time being a heel. So I've been more of an asshole with the promos and making people want to see me get hurt this time. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, this is exciting. I hope that eventually there is some sort of bootleg video where we can see you get your ass kicked.
Oh yeah,
for a good cause.
The last Podcast events was it's on YouTube in full. I actually had a very good singles match in that one against Cole Radrick, the only good match I've had in my life. So I encourage all of you to check that out. If you want to buy tickets online to Podcast 6, June 27th, you can check out MidwestTerritory.com.
Outstanding. We'll be sure to promote that on our account proper. Julio, before we get out of here, just run down our regulars. What do we got to plug? Our patron.
Well, on the contrarian side, Alex, it's finally here after so much teasing. The summer event starts. B2B, from the bedroom to the box office. And we start with the David Cronenberg sophomore effort, they called him, Rabid. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I mean, we recorded that episode. It's edited already. It's just waiting to start our summer with a bang. And there's a lot more following that. But basically, Alex has been pitching it very succinctly. It's just stars of the adult industry, not wrestlers, but porn.
No. Yes.
Trying to make the jump to the big screen, to movies, and how that went. And there's a whole assortment of well-known filmmakers that are going to be grazing us with their work this summer. So that's coming up. No, which is probably, it was too confusing. We couldn't figure out which was which.
Yeah.
So we just decided to put it for the end of the year. That's it on the main feed. On the Patreon feed, you can check our my video review of JCVD. We still have that commentary, the first Julio at the matches of Bianca Belair versus Asuka.
Asuka. Yes, sir. Yeah.
There's our conversation about Memories of Matsuko, the Japanese musical that left us shattered by the end and very confused. And then we also have a talk about September 5th, the movie about September 5th. Men, Women, and Children, the really weird Jason Reitman ensemble about how the internet was bad even 20 years ago. And The Birdcage, the amazing comedy with Robin Williams, Nathan Lane, Diane Wiest, a wild Gene Hackman, and everyone's favorite, Calista Flockhart. All that on our Patreon channel, patreon.com/ConturianPrime. Check it out. Alex, when is your next match? We know when Steve's is.
Oh, that's shit, man. My gas tank's not ready for anything like that. I saw Steve's last match had like he did a superplex to this fella that went viral like the Zapruder film, man. So I can't wait to see what Steve does in his next one.
Yeah, we got at least 3 angles of the superplex. There's a gif of it floating around.
I'm not sure you should do the Poison Rana, but if you want to, Steve, that's fine. If you really have to, that'd be fine.
There is a part of me that thinks him and Murdoch are going to do some sort of Canadian Destroyer situation.
You say that. I have been hard up trying to find footage of these guys that isn't deathmatch to kind of know what they do and prep. So, I'm going to be just as surprised as you guys are as to what happens at night.
All right, Julio, the tough 20 boys ride again. Surely not for the last time, but Steve, Joe, thanks for joining us. Those listening, be sure to check out the Grin Along for the actual fight. And that's going to do it until we see you next time. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Tremendous.
All right.
That summer of 19